Alright guys, we're about to do a damage report video. The latest vlog obviously updated you on everything that just happened, so thanks for tuning back in. Let's check out all the damage I did to this car. Here we go. First off, we have a super clean bumper. Why, Adrian?
Didn't even wreck it.
Because we didn't get to use it. Adrian and Brandon asked me kindly as I was warming up to not run the rear bumper because we were supposed to be at Grid Life right about now. So this rear bumper is brand new, only because I didn't even put it on the car. But yeah. All right, everybody, here we go, damage report. This is gonna be a gnarly one. Let's start with up front. So first off, the most important thing was, I guess, to talk about the injectors. So our entire issues that you guys were watching on social media was just the injectors. These were basically flowed to 100% at Injector Racing from Ant, which he did a great job. So basically we had our new injectors from Ant in the car, and we really just overlooked this like completely because obviously we trusted him and we knew they were flowed. The problem ended up being, as we reflowed them at the track, then the car lit back up. Then a few laps later, it also got clogged again. So, to answer everyone's question, the entire problem with the car was the injectors. Did we do everything else? Yes, but we found that out. So with that being said, this is why the car wasn't running well. From there, what else? We could talk about...
You got in a couple accidents.
I got in a few wrecks. So when the car was running really, really well on Saturday morning, which was game day, you guys can see a clip here. Yeah, that was a gnarly wreck, right? So I hit the rear end of the car and then I hit the front end of the car. First thing you can notice is this bash bar is tucked way in. The other side obviously tapers around the headlight, and this is a really strong bash bar, so it's ridiculous to see it in this form as a heavy hit. Yeah, from there we also cracked the headlight. A little housing back here, Adrian, if you want to show them. Also have a really sweet photo we can show right here of this fender flying vertical in the air. Actually didn't even break off the fender, but it did break out of our mounts. We'll talk about that later, but yeah, the fender got in some rough shape. The strut tower, this is another pretty big issue. This is probably one of our biggest issues right now. So if you look from this other angle over here, you can see that I have like crinkled this section where it should be flat. That also caused this to crack all in here, and I think flex inward. That was the worst thing right there. Also, we had a lower control arm broke, we had a tie rod break, we had our two tie rods break, we had our beautiful white rims get scarred up, so we put on our silvers, and then I even scarred those up. Dude, just running through issues. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention we had to weld this lower mount, this little like cross member, that needed to be welded up. Need to check this shock. I have a feeling that this shock is maybe a little bit bent as well. Around over here, through that gnarly hit, you can notice I had cracked my windshield. So the whole windshield got a nice crack in it.
That's what it should look like.
Yeah, here's a good example of a nice flat surface. All the welding is still available and the strut tower is still in place. Obviously over there, it's not the case. Oh yeah, we could talk about my starter. So my starter had gone out. You guys know we had a few issues with the starter thanks to Brandon.
Man.
But he fixed it, and then we went to the track, and then we still had starter issues, so we put in my old Tilton starter, and that had fallen on its face as well, hence why we had to keep getting towed around everywhere. It's terrible. So we have the 2F side skirt that had ripped off when I got in the wreck. We also had our caster almost not being able to get in alignment, so we have the wheel hitting the actual chassis. I had also, in one of those wrecks, I had my JM63 rack get out of alignment somehow, so we were moving the steering wheel to try to make it look centered, which was very difficult in my mind, how to kind of keep my head together and believe in the car. It's definitely not level anymore.
Oh, that's better.
So the whole rear end has been crunched upwards. Dispatch bar did what it needed to do, and then it also was very strong. So something we used to do that we will now do again is on the spare bash bars, we cut like circle holes in them so it will cave even more, but it didn't this time. And if you look underneath here, you can see where the actual bash bar meets the chassis. I had cracked that entire piece. Look right here. So that separated, if you guys can see that. We had a really good conversation with Ant at Injuku/ISR, and basically we had came to a very quick conclusion that I had some of the best fuel lines possible, or what is the best fuel line possible. This is nice and durable and it moves around. I forget all the details, but I'll learn them soon. And then directly after this little junction here, I have a hard, awkward line that is not supposed to be there. So I think through some of my transitions with my old mechanic, we made some mistakes, and now Adrian's paying for it.
I didn't do this.
So yeah, we're draining VP's X85L to pull the entire fuel system and lay it on the ground and kind of see what we need to buy and then buy it so we can put it back in so we can test it. Here we go. Got an update. Let's see what's up. What up, Adrian?
So you had it backwards. That fuel line is the one that feeds and it comes back around and returns. Comes from the fuel pumps into this line, goes to that blue thing that we have up there, then it goes straight up into our fuel filter, then it goes straight through to this line that is wrong, and that's where this is, which is what that white shit I think is that, and then it goes into this fuel rail,
which was the side of this motor that was cold.
Yes.
No, this is the hotter side.
No, but this is the odd side. It must be clogging from here to here.
So it's probably
Then it
clogging those
returned.
injectors for you.
It returned. I bet you it just not flowing through here and forced it that way. Goes into that fuel rail, comes back around.
So what do we do?
You said replace all of them, but I think it's just this guy.
Yeah, I think that's that shit too.
All right, what do you guys think? I feel like I'm nervous, so I would love to replace every single piece of this thing. That way I know 1000% it's new. Adrian's trying to convince me that all of this, through also Ant at Injuku, is saying that these lines are really expensive and good, and this is the problem child, and maybe we only need to replace this dude. But if you were me and you were nervous as shit, what would you do? Whew, it's hot here in Texas, man, but me and Adrian about to build a plan, get back to work. I have a new MA rear subframe. About to call up some injector people and see kind of if we can create a new partnership. So yeah, sometimes out of these shitty moments, they open up new doors. So I'm kind of looking at the positive side, and I'm trying to make sure that we, as a team, keep our head together. This is definitely like the first time for my new mechanic Adrian to run through such difficult times, but it's good for us, man. This is gonna make us stronger and better, and we're definitely learning how to prepare to win races. If we wanna go out and compete with Rome and Mike Pollard and all of these top drivers, we have to absolutely have our shit together, and we're kind of learning that as a team. So yeah, a lot of positives to a super tough weekend, but yeah, we're back here at the print house. It's time to get back to work. Keep you guys updated. Thanks for tuning in. Love you.